Hi, this is Ravi from the Nifty BN channel. It's time again for a technical outlook video on the Nifty 50 index. Let's use option chain analysis, Fibonacci retracement, support and resistance zones, trend lines, and weekly pivot points to do just this. Want to meet like-minded traders and discuss option strategies, adjustments, and more? Just type in Discuss Nifty in your Telegram search box and join the friendly trader community. We are looking at the daily chart of the Nifty 50 index. As mentioned in the previous week's technical outlook video, Nifty found support at the 200-day exponential moving average and bounced sharply. In fact, last week's low of 10882.35 matched our prediction quite closely. On Monday, Nifty formed a bearish belt hold candle on the daily chart, but the index formed a strong bullish candle on Tuesday and negated the lower high-low sequence of the previous 4 sessions. In the next 3 sessions, it faced resistance at the 78.6% retracement level of the recent fall from 11341 to 10822 levels. The 78.6% retracement level is at 11242. The confluence area of huge gap resistance at 11382 formed on February 28th and the 78.6% retracement mark of the fall from 12430.4 to 7511.10 level placed at the 11377.75 would continue to act as strong resistance. While the 200-day EMA, which is currently at 10872 level, would continue to provide support on declines. The Nifty is consolidating between 10882 and 11341. So a breakout of a sideways consolidation of the last many sessions is expected to happen soon. Now let's switch to the 1 hour chart. If we draw a Fibonacci level from the top at 11341 level to the bottom at 10822 level, the 78.6% retracement level comes around 11242. Nifty needs a decisive move above the 11242 level and then above the 11341 level for a fresh leg of the rally to start. Any minor profit booking would get support around 11,100 to 11,050 levels and then at 10,900 levels. And if the Nifty breaks below 10,900, then it may drift down towards 10,700 to 10,800 levels. But such an outcome is highly unlikely, going by the global cues. As always, I recommend the low risk bullish installment collar strategy for those who wish to go long on a breakout of the 11,341 level, and the bearish installment collar strategy for those who wish to go short on a breakout of the 10,900 level. You will find a link to the video in the description. The India Volatility Index, India VIX, declined further by 2.4% to 22.58, and this suggests the market may stabilize. Nifty 50 has to surpass and hold above 11,377.75 level to extend its gains. The advance to decline ratio on the NSE was very favorable, with advances far outnumbering the declines at 1012 to 547. Now let's look at one of the common mistakes made by beginners when they start trading options. On the other side of the video, we will look at the option chain analysis. Mistake 6. Blaming the broker for your losing trades. Most beginners end up blaming the broker for their losses, as it is often the easiest thing to do. They blame the broker for hunting the stop loss, but the reality is different. It is not your broker that is hunting the stop loss. but the big institutional players, that is, the pension funds, mutual funds, and insurance companies, who can read from their charts where the beginner traders place their stop losses. Most brokers are honest and trustworthy because they know a good reputation is good for their business, and also because there is a regulator above them to enforce standards and discourage bad behavior. But if you suspect any foul play, you can take up your grievance straight to the capital market regulator, the SEBI. SEBI has a dedicated web based centralized grievance redress system known as SCORES, which enables investors to lodge and follow up their complaints and track the status of redressal of such complaints online from anywhere. Another common misconception is that brokers place opposite trades on the exchange for their client trades. But this is not true either, as any such activity would be noticed by the exchanges and regulators, who not only do audits but have real time monitoring systems. Also, the broker would end up losing significant money eventually on the impact cost alone. Impact cost, by definition, is the cost incurred by a buyer or seller of an underlying while executing a transaction due to the prevailing liquidity condition on the counter. The more the number of transactions, the more is the impact cost. So, if in reality a broker does place opposite trades, it would have to pay a bigger price for doing so. Now, let's look at the option chain of August 27th monthly expiry. On the put side, it is evident that maximum open interest stood at 11,000, followed by 11,100 and followed by 10,500 levels. While on the call side, maximum open interest was at 11,500, followed by 11,300 and followed by 12,000 levels. For identifying strikes where there was significant option writing, we have to skip at the money strikes and identify those strikes with a positive change of open interest. It is evident that on the call side, there was significant writing at 11,500 and then 11,300 levels. And on the put side, significant writing was seen at 11,000, 10,500 and then 11,100 levels. For identifying strikes where there was significant option unwinding, we have to identify those strikes with a negative change of open interest. It is evident that on the call side, there was a minor unwinding at 10,500 levels, and on the put side, significant unwinding was seen at 10,000 levels. This indicates there is a potential resistance at 11,400 and 11,500 levels, and a potential support at 11,100 and 11,000 levels. So the trading range for the coming week can be between 11,000 to 11,500. Weekly pivot points are theoretical support and resistance levels based on the previous week's high, low, and close values. Last week's high, low, and close values are 11,254.60, 10,882.35, and 11,215.95. Based on these values, 11,117.63 is the pivot point, 11,352.91, 11,489.88 and 11,725.16 are resistance levels, and 10,980.66, 10,745.38 and 10,608.41 are support levels for this week. In the coming week, Nifty would again attempt to move beyond the 11,240 level, where there seems to be a confluence of resistance points. It would then again face resistance at the 11,340 level, the recent high, where there is another confluence of resistance points. The supports would come in at 11,100, 11,050 and 10,900 levels. The 200-day exponential moving average, which is currently at 10,872 level, would continue to provide support on declines. I recommend to use any decline from here to buy into the markets because the downside appears to be very limited. Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter and Telegram, use the username NiftyBN. Also, I post some of my trades to the community tab, so don't forget to check that from time to time.